So far, early into the 2023 MLB season, the Minnesota Twins have been one of the best teams in baseball. They're currently 4-0 and sitting atop of the AL Central standings. A lot of their key offensive contributors have been really good. Byron Buxton is healthy and mashing baseballs. Carlos Correa, after not being a Twin, is here to stay. He's been playing good, as well as guys like Trevor Larnach and Ryan Jeffers. But there's one guy in particular I want to talk about. It's Joey Gallo. What's up, guys? It's Six Man Sports, and today we're going to be talking about Joey Gallo's resurgence and whether he's back for real and whether he can keep up this level of play for the entirety of the 2023 season. Between 2017 and 2021, Joey Gallo was one of the best hitters in all of baseball. He was one of the best power hitters and he mashed the baseball. Yes, he did strike out a lot and didn't hit for average, but when Joey Gallo was up to the plate, you know he could do some real good damage. But what happened was, after he got traded from the Texas Rangers to the New York Yankees, his second half of 2021 was underwhelming. What followed was another season with the Yankees where he didn't play well and he was often booed and often criticized by New York fans and media. After a trade deadline trade to another big city, the LA Dodgers, Gallo's play didn't improve much either. So this offseason, the Minnesota Twins signed Gallo to a one-year deal because they know the potential a guy like Joey Gallo has, and they know what he's done in the past as such a young hitter, and he's still in his prime right now at age 29. So they signed him to a one-year deal where he can really bet on himself and get a bounce-back season going. Although it's a very small sample size, I'd say these first 4 games in Minnesota have been a huge success for Joey Gallo. So far in the 2023 season, Gallo leads the league with 3 home runs. He's also been hitting the ball the hardest of his career yet. Right now, he's hitting the ball at an exit velocity of 97.3 miles per hour, and his previous career high was 94 and 95 in his 40 home run seasons in 2018 and 2019. He's also not striking out as much, which is good for a guy like Gallo, because in the past seasons, his strikeout rates were in the 30s and maybe even 40%, but this season it's at 28. I know it's still not a good strikeout rate, but for a guy like Gallo, that's massive improvement that he's been able to get more bat on ball. And you could see that he's been able to hit the ball more and not strike out as much when you look at his batting average. He's batting .308, which I think is something that's clearly unsustainable. As good of a hitter Gallo is, he's simply not a guy who hits 300. As we've seen past years in his career, his highest batting average was .253, which was in his 2019 season. So I think Gallo at max can be like a .250, .260 hitter, and all the other seasons of his career, he's been 200 or less than that. So I think because it's such a small sample size, eventually, yes, the batting average will go down, but I'm happy to see the power numbers are there. He's not striking out at a terrible rate, and he's been able to hit the ball really hard, and he's also been able to pull the ball a lot, which is something that's helped. And also because of the new shift restrictions, I think a guy like Gallo will inevitably benefit. One thing that Gallo's going to have to keep up is his vision. When you go back to his Texas Rangers days, he was putting up a walk rate of about 15 to 20%, which made him one of the most feared hitters in baseball alongside his great power. However, when you go to his New York and LA times, he was putting up 10 to 12% walk rate, and when you're striking out as much as Joey Gallo, you're not really getting on base as much as Joey Gallo when it comes to batting average. And that diminished walk rate, it's really not going to help you out. So if Joey Gallo can manage to get to like that 15 to 20% walk rate, lower strikeouts a little bit, and put the bat on the ball. Because when Joey Gallo hits the ball, he's one of the best hitters in baseball. He's constantly at the top of the league and ranks amongst the best players when it comes to hard hit percentage and barrel percentage. So he's hitting the barrel of the bat, the best part of the bat to make contact, as well as he hits the ball very hard. With these two things, it's the perfect formula for power and home runs. So if Joey Gallo can make sure to do these things, I think he can have continued success while also using his plate vision to his advantage. Let's talk about one final reason why Gallo will have a successful season at the plate in 2023. Because of the new MLB rule to ban the shift, left-handed power hitters will get a big boost in their hitting stats. And a guy like Gallo, especially Joey Gallo, has been one of the most notoriously shifted players in the entire league, so much to where a lot of his hard hit balls and great contact have just been smothered by the smart position defense. So with the restriction of the shift and some limitations of how teams can shift, Joey Gallo can have a much better offensive season because these hard hit balls will find the gaps, will make their ways to the outfield and hit the turf, and they can turn into singles or even doubles rather than being lineouts or being fielded by an infielder. Thank you guys for watching, and I hope you enjoyed this video. At his peak, Joey Gallo can be an MVP type ballot player, and this one-year deal to bounce back with the Minnesota Twins is a great decision for him, and I think he has showed encouraging signs of having a great year.